the Art Lewis Show on the road today, and I have lost track of how many years we've been doing this, but it's been at least 10. This is the Friends of the Bay County Library System book sale at the Bay Civic Arena, going on today, tomorrow, and Saturday. We'll be telling you about it. Thousands of books, puzzles, CDs and DVDs. It is unbelievable how much they gather in 1 year to put into this arena. And we'll be telling you about it, as I say, throughout the morning hours. We will have guests from the library, and we'll introduce you one in just a moment. But also at 11 o'clock this morning, we will learn about a production coming up at Pit and Balcony on Focus. So, last year was the final day of her directorship at the Bay County Library System. Trish Burns was with us on her very last day of work for the library. Our new executive director is with us this morning on almost her 1-year anniversary. And we say good morning to Kristen Wellnitz. Whoops, just a minute. I should turn your microphone on, Kristen. Go ahead. There you go.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me.
So, Kristen, you are not new to a library.
No.
No. What's well, first of all, let's start with what drew a young woman to library science.
Well, I kind of fell into the field. I started at Zaw Library for the Public Libraries of Saginaw and realized how much I loved the library world and knew that if I wanted to go on in the field, I needed to get my master's in library science.
So you did?
So I did.
Where'd you go to school?
Wayne State.
So you come into the field. I would ask you how it's changed over the years, but you're not old enough to know that. And I used to kid Trish about the fact that I miss the Dewey Decimal card system. The Dewey Decimal system's still in place, but I miss the tangible, tactile feel of cards in the library.
Yep. Well, now you can have it in the palm of your hand on the library
you can
app.
have it in the palm of yours. Yeah, I know. We got these phones that have more power than the computers that landed man on the moon. It's just amazing anymore. But it's on the one hand, I understand the efficiency, obviously, because you go on our radio station or you look around here and we nothing but computers.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, there was something. I'm old. I grew up in a library that was very manual, very physical. I grew up in New York City in my branch library. I practically knew every card in the system,
Mm-hmm.
And you get used to that. And I had to adjust my life a lot for computers, and I'm not willing to give up that.
No.
So you worked at
My name is Gabe Lossing, and I'm running.
You can adjust and make a correction, and it's all part of the game. Anyway, so you were saying, you worked for Trish because she was in Saginaw, and you were in Saginaw. How long were you there?
I was in Saginaw for 7 years. I was a teen and reference librarian.
A reference librarian. Yeah, that was the other thing that I was going to talk about, because that was the other thing. If you had a question, you didn't go to your computer in the old days. You called up your friendly reference librarian, and they looked it up for you, and you got an answer.
Yep, you sure did. People still do.
Do they really?
They do.
No kidding. Well, listen, that's positive.
Mm-hmm.
That's very positive, because that'd just be a fun thing to do. I mean, I could remember sitting home and having a school project or something, and I needed an answer for a question. Didn't have any computers. There was no such thing. I had an encyclopedia, But call up the reference librarian, and either they'd get the answer right then and there, or they'd find it for you and let you know.
Yeah, we still do.
And it still does, but not to the degree I would have to think.
Just probably different questions. We do get a lot of questions about technology and how to use different devices and,
Yeah. How can I use this device so I don't have to call you?
Yeah.
So, when did you move to Bay City, to the Bay Library System?
Yep, in 2010.
So did you follow Trish?
She
Was she here yet?
Nope,
No,
she was still in
Saginaw.
Yep. So I came in 2010, and I started as the managing librarian of the Pinconning Branch Library.
Aha. you worked with one of our staff, Michael Percha. I think his wife.
Yep,
is
Danny.
at the-
Yep, she's at Sage.
She's at Sage now.
Mm-hmm.
The children's library.
Yes, she
right?
is. Yep.
And so you find yourself in the library system in Bay, and all of a sudden you find Trish is your new boss.
Yeah. So lucky to be able to work with her over the years. Great mentor. Just great.
And it was about 10 years worth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
So how do you find yourself now in the executive director chair?
Oh, it's been fun. It'll be a year on September 1st. So, yeah, we had a new circulation system that we started. So that was an interesting process. And just with, we have a millage coming up in November.
Yeah, we're going to talk other stuff out of the way first.
Yep. So just learning all the different aspects of the role.
So, I'm going to go back, though, to the premise I had about libraries changing. From the time you first got into a library professionally, it's all, till now, much of a change in the way libraries operate?
Technology-wise is probably the biggest thing, and as librarians and libraries, we try to keep up with the technology and learn it ourselves so we can help others and just know what people are asking for when they come in. So that has probably been the biggest shift. But people still come in to use computers. Everyone thinks they
And
have.
you do have a computer lab, so to speak, right?
Yep, we have public computers at all the branches. We had over 23,000 people that came in last year to
Okay.
use them. So
Now, do you need a library card to do that?
no, you do not.
Really?
You can get a guest pass.
So, how do you, computers are wonderful devices, but they can be terribly misused. How do you prevent that? What's the safeties in the library?
We do have filters on the computers. We do have some that are unfiltered, but yeah, we do have a filtering system. There is a time limit and for an hour when you get on the computer, and you would need to ask for an extension if you wanted to stay on longer.
And pretty much everybody follows the rules. Pretty much.
Yeah, yep. People are pretty good.
That's good. It's
Yeah,
good to know
yeah.
people.
Yep. And we do get a lot of people that come in for the printing aspect because they have a home printer. Can be very costly for the cost of ink. So for 15 cents a page, you can
Also, you can print too.
even wirelessly if you have it on your phone. You can print right from your phone or your laptop.
Unbelievable
Yeah.
technical age we live in. But yet, and this book sale is proof of it, people still want paper in their hand.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I'm that way. I will not, because I spend half the day on a computer research or what have you, I will not read on a computer other than what I have to, if I'm going to read, I want it in my hand.
Yep. There's something about having that.
Well,
physical
there is something about paper, but also got to get away from these screens. I mean, otherwise, your whole life is governed by them. So, all right, we're going to take a break. We're talking to Kristen Wellnitz. She is the director of the Bay County Library System. They do have a millage coming up we'll tell you about. How would you like a millage advertised to you? Vote yes so we can reduce the millage. You're getting a little bit of that. There is a clawback on it. We'll tell you about that when we return after these notes. We are here at the library. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll tell you about pricing and all the things that
My name is
here.
Gabe Lossing, and I'm running for Michigan's 26th Senate seat. I'm a husband, father, veteran, farmer, avid hunter, and a constant...
All right, we're back with you, and we are here at the Bay Civic Arena with the Friends of the Bay County Library System are having their used book sale. It's not just books, though. There's DVDs and CDs and puzzles and all kinds of wonderful things. Today, the hardcovers are $2, paperbacks $1, children's books 50 cents, CDs, DVDs, puzzles, books on tape, records, and more 50 cents. And Saturday is closeout. We'll save that. We'll tell you about that. But I also want to tell you that tomorrow the prices go down by half. Hardcovers will be $1 tomorrow. Paperbacks 50 cents. Children's books are 50 cents today and tomorrow. And the puzzles and DVDs and all of that, 50 cents today and tomorrow. Then Saturday, $5 per box or bag of items. You bring the box, bring the bag, fill it up, it's $5. That is a deal and a half. It's all happening right here, and Kristen, do you know what time they go till?
Today they go until 8 p.m. Tomorrow is 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Those are long days.
I know, right?
It amazes me. Where do they find thousands of books to sell?
A lot of donations throughout the year and things that are weeded out of the collection. We should say, too, that it is cash and check only.
Yeah, cash and check only, no credit cards, right? Good point.
And there is an ATM on site if need be. So.
Right outside.
Yep, it is. Yeah. So that's a question we usually get asked as well.
All right, so let's we'll talk about their money later because they use their money to get you things that aren't part of the budget.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have a budget.
Yes, we do.
And about 86% of that budget is covered by a millage.
Yes, it is.
And this is the year for the millage renewal.
Mm-hmm, it is.
And it's a 6-year?
Yep, 6 years.
But I cannot remember somebody putting a millage on a ballot that's less than what you're getting. So explain this.
Yeah, yep. 6 years ago when the millage was approved on the ballot, it was for 1.75, and then due to the Headley rollback, it is now at 1.7399. So we are just going for a renewal of that amount for 6 years. So it is a renewal,
but with a slight decrease.
Yes, correct.
But still, how often do you hear that?
I know, right? What a deal!
What a deal! What a deal! And that's a 6-year millage, and that'll cover your budget pretty much for the 6 years.
Yep, it's 86% of our budget. It comes from millage.
So where's the other 14% come from? Do you still get traffic ticket money?
Yes, those are called penal fines. So if you get a ticket out on a county road, we get a portion of that.
Still, libraries have been doing that for a long time.
Yep, it is in the state constitution that we get part
is
of
it
that
really?
money. Yep.
I never realized that.
Yeah, there's always a question of whether or not it will continue, so we're always keeping an eye on that with the Lansing and the Capitol and what they're doing down there. And then that state aid is something else that we get to, and that is also something that you're never quite sure how much or what it will be.
It's a separate line item in the budget.
Yep.
Libraries, when I grew up, were center point. They were right there. I mean, that's where you went.
Yep.
Has it changed much? I mean, you have how many libraries? How many branches in the Bay Library System?
We have 4 branches and a bookmobile.
And a bookmobile. If I asked you how many people attended in 1990 versus 2026, or you won't know 2026 yet, but how is the usage of a library? Is it up?
It is great. We have our fiscal year 2025.
She has a chart, folks. Look at this.
I came prepared. So, yeah, we had almost 250,000 library visits.
Whoa. Now, how does that compare year to year?
Well, foot traffic may have gone down a little bit in the past year, but that is due to the fact that you don't have to come into the library to use the library.
You're actually offering more online, aren't you?
Yep, you can download movies, music, books, audiobooks, and you don't even have to leave your house. You can go on to our databases. You can look at the Bay City Times archives. You can do things through our website that you don't even have to come into a building for. So people are using us differently.
You touched on one of my great concerns. You can come in and look at the Bay County Library archives, and you can do that in Saginaw too. They were the keepers of history. If I wanted to know what happened in 1932 on this date, I could look through the microfiche, find it, read all about everything that happened that day. Who's keeping that record for people 50 years from now?
Hopefully the library.
How?
Well, we have the databases where we have it archived, the Bay City Times, the Pinconning Journal. We still have microfilm.
Bay City Times is a shadow of Bay City Times. It's not what it used to be. You don't have day to day to day to day to day. And that's the thing. It concerns me because 50 years from now, somebody wants to know what happened today. Didn't happen to be a paper day. Too bad,
It
So
will.
I wonder where does that data fall? I don't know. You know, maybe with online services, there's enough online you can figure it out, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
I can remember going in, doing research on some stories, and sitting down in a microfiche machine, and you spend an hour or two looking through, but everything was there. And that was the nice thing about a library. Everything was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I knew if I wanted a piece of information, that building was going to have it.
And hopefully we'll continue to do that, and if we don't have it there, we'll be able to find it somewhere else for you.
I used to, when I was growing up, and in the, I'm 83, so when I grew up in the 50s as a teenager, my father, who was a special agent Treasury in the government, was temporarily assigned to Washington, D.C., and we lived in Alexandria for probably 3 months, something like that. I used to go into the library, the National Congress, the Congressional Library, Library of Congress, and of course you filled out a slip and they would bring you the book.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. Come right to you.
Mm-hmm.
New York Public Library did the same thing. I grew up in New York City, so
Right.
those are the libraries I was used to.
Yeah.
Those days are gone.
Yeah.
Not the same anymore.
Yep, nope, we are still used. People come in for all different reasons, whether it's a program, whether it's after school. We have a lot of teenagers that will come because we're across the street from Western High School, and it's a safe place to be after school until their parents can pick them up. And
Now, you mentioned you were a reference library.
mm-hmm.
How has that changed?
Just there's more resources out there to look into to get information for people. Like I said, the questions have changed a little bit, just the technology has changed. But yeah, people still call the library, and we are, the go-to for answering questions that they can't find on their own.
Yeah. And I remember the reference sections, at least the libraries in New York that I went to. The books that were there were not to be loaned out. All the books in the reference library were reference books. You could look at them in the library. You could use them in the library, but you couldn't take them out. Still the same.
Yep, we still smaller collection than it used to be, but yep, we still have the reference books where they stay there, where we have them on hand all the time. If there's a question that needs to be answered, we know that book will be there to help answer it.
When did encyclopedias go out of fashion?
They are still being printed.
They are?
They are. We still have them.
No kidding.
And sometimes that is a great resource. If you cannot find information on a very specific topic, that is the one place you will probably still find it in the World Book Encyclopedia.
They still publish a world book.
Yes, they do. You're going to have to come in and check it
Can't
out.
imagine what it costs. I remember when I got my, I forgot now which encyclopedia I had. It was I don't know if it was World Book or Britannica, but whichever one I had, I remember my parents paid for it over 12 months. It was a big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, yep, nope, that is still a great resource when you have a student that comes in for doing a specific research topic and they're really struggling to find a book source. That is usually the go-to.
Can't believe it. Things you'll learn.
Some things never change.
I guess. I mean, who would have thought? I mean, I as far as I knew, encyclopedias were a thing of the past. But it's good to know somebody still does it, and if they're doing it, somebody's buying it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's good, very good indeed. So the library, it used to be, if you wanted to borrow a book, you went to the library. You didn't do anything else at the library because that's what they did, books. The library of today it seems to be so much more in terms of events, things that you're doing with the public, types of things you have to loan out. That has changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. We have a library of things where you can check out an item like a metal detector or,
You're kidding. You check out a oh, no kidding.
Yeah, all sorts of different items that you may not want to purchase because of the cost, or you don't know
Yeah.
if you really would use it. So you can try it before you buy it, or don't want to have to spend the money. Even one of those tools that you put on your vehicle to see what's wrong with it.
LBD Port 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so all sorts of different things.
Now, is there a charge to borrow those?
No, not at all. We do not charge for anything.
Well, I guess that's what a millage does for you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and we even, for children, we just, the friends helped purchase these tutoring kits. So we have different kits that you can check out if your child is struggling with different math or comprehension, different topics like that. And we worked with the Literacy Council to kind of put together the different kits to see what parents are looking for these days. And those, the first week, they were all checked out. So, yeah, we're very thankful for the friends for funding those.
We'll talk about that a little more. I got to
Yeah.
take a break here.
All
When we
right.
come back, we'll definitely do that. Let me take a moment to talk about something hopefully you don't find in the parking lot of a library, and that's a pothole. We find them on the streets all over the place in Michigan. And if you hit enough of them, they can cause problems with your alignment. Our friends at Quick Lane Freeland are offering you a complimentary alignment check. It's all digital and gives you a printout of exactly how your alignment is. And it only takes about 15 or 20 minutes, and it's free. Just stop into Quick Lane Freeland and ask for your free alignment check. Now, if you're curious as to what what an alignment can do for you, I've asked John from Quick Lane Freeland to tell us
If
about
your
it.
vehicle's wheels are aligned correctly, it will not pull to the left or to the right when driving. It also prevents improper tread wear, so your tires last longer. A wheel alignment should be checked often because normal steering wear and tear can cause your alignment to go out in addition to potholes and railroad crossings. A correct alignment also reduces rolling resistance on your tires for better fuel mileage.
And, of course, better safety, too. Stop in to Quick Lane Freeland, complimentary alignment check. And if you need tires, by the way, remember they sell all their new tires at just $5 over cost at Quick Lane Freeland. Stop in today. Quick Lane Freeland, part of the McDonald Ford complex. And we are back with you at the Bay Civic Arena, where the Friends of the Bay County Library System have their annual used book sale. It is huge. Thousands of books, DVD, DVDs, CDs, puzzles, children's books, you name it, you're going to find it here. With me is the director. It's a tradition to have the director on, and she is Kristen Wellnitz. So when you come into a system, you've worked in the system, you knew the system. Did you make many changes?
No, just trying to get acclimated to the new position, and no.
You worked for the person that managed you all those
Yeah,
years anyway.
she
so-
did a good job. She did, but it helps because I had managed every single branch.
Did you really?
Mhm, yep. So I kind of had a unique perspective coming into.
So where are your branches?
We have the main branch, which is on Center Avenue, the Alice and Jack Wirt, and we have Sage Library, which is a historic building on Midland Street, and Auburn. On Midland Street, we have the Auburn Library, which is kind of kitty corner from Western High School, and then up in Pinconning, right in the downtown area, we have a branch there as well. And then the Bookmobile, which goes all over the county.
Sage was the oldest, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
And that's maintained for its historical
Yes, it
relevance.
is. It is maintained very well. We have a wonderful maintenance staff who does a great job with all of our buildings, especially with Sage being a historical spot.
So which one is considered
Yeah. Yep, that's
a big building? Yeah. How do you choose what books go on your shelf?
We have staff that have the training and the knowledge that choose the items. There are review sources that they look at. They listen to the patrons that come in and what they're looking for. So there's all sorts of different resources out there, but we have very well-trained staff that choose items for each of the areas.
Try and avoid the controversial ones.
We have something for everyone.
You know, I've heard that from libraries before, and that's probably true, isn't it? It is.
What one person finds controversial, someone else would not. So
Yeah.
we have to offer all sides and all perspectives.
But that's not to say you accept all things.
we have something for everyone.
Right.
Yep.
But like I said, yeah, there is there has to be a fine line someplace. Obviously. Let's talk about the children's library for a minute, because children, you'd like to get them off on a good start, and we hear how bad reading is in this state compared to other states. Nothing like sitting down with a book and reading to a child, is there?
Right, and we are the first point of literacy for children in this county. At birth, when they are born at McLaren, they get a baby bag from the library that has a board book in it and information on the library. So, yep, we are their very first point. We actually had a 3-day-old baby that came in to get their first library card because they received that at the hospital. So we try to start everyone out on the right foot with literacy. But yeah, nope, we really try to have programming that incorporates literacy with our story times.
Do you work with the schools at all to set up some of these things?
Yep, definitely. Our children's staff is awesome with partnering with the schools, seeing what we can do and how we can help, whether it's us going to them or them coming to the libraries.
There is a big push for third grade literacy now, mainly since we were like 44th in the nation, which is terrible.
Yeah.
And the model everybody looks at now is, I think, Mississippi, because they went from like dead last to third or something like that with phonics and all of that. It would be nice if we could get our level way up, because it certainly would benefit the library, wouldn't it?
Definitely. Yep. We are here and we try to partner with the different groups and organizations. I know with the Literacy Council, that is where they do a lot of their after school and summer tutoring is in our buildings. So, yep, we try to help in whatever way we can.
And it's, it's the future, because if you can't read at a level that's competent, it's tough to get ahead in life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tough to get ahead, tough to do well in school, difficult all the way around.
Yeah.
So do you have, you have story times with children?
We sure do. Yep,
Wow.
from ages birth all the way up to family story time, so whole family can come. So, yep, we do story times for different ages, and our staff is really good. They build a lot of them around the Ready to Read, Michigan's 5 principles of early literacy, which is talk, sing, read, write, and play. So we have a move and groove where you're dancing and doing different things. You might think, how is that helping? But it's all part of that early literacy where singing, talking, dancing, playing.
You used to do I don't know if you still do a luncheon series where someone would come in, you'd have lunch with a group of people, and that person had read a book, and we'll do a book review. I was one of those.
You were
I
booked for lunch. I remember
Yeah,
that. Yes, because that used to be like a Friday at noon, and
Yeah, it was something like that,
and then with COVID,
yeah.
things changed and just the attendance dropped off. So we kind of adjusted that, and now it's called evening sessions. So once a month on a Wednesday evening, we will have a speaker come in on a different topic. So it kind of morphed into a different type of program.
When you say different topic, not necessarily a book review then?
Yeah, not necessarily a book. Sometimes it can be an author of a book, or it can be just someone that is
In the
talking on
community would have
or even a musical group might come in to do a performance. So, yeah.
a little variety.
It
All right.
is.
We'll take a pause and be back as we broadcast from the Bay Civic Arena, where the Friends of the Bay County Library System have their used book sale. Prices are reasonable. I don't care when you come. Today, Thursday, hardcovers are $2, paperbacks $1. Tomorrow, they drop to $1 for hardcovers and 50 cents for paperbacks. Children's books are 50 cents today and tomorrow. CDs, DVDs, puzzles, books on tape, records, and more, 50 cents today and tomorrow. Now, you'll notice I didn't give you a Saturday price. That's because there are no individual prices Saturday. $5, you fill up a box or a bag with as many items as you can stuff in it and carry. That is what happens here at this sale, where you will find thousands of books. Obviously, come today for the best selection. Great bargains tomorrow, and really great bargains on Saturday, because they would much prefer not to have to store any of this till next year. They'd like to sell it all. And it's not, and as I've said many times now, it's not just books. There are thousands of books, but there are thousands of DVDs, CDs, tables with puzzles on them, although they get picked over pretty quick. But there's lots of them. It all happens right here at the Bay Civic Arena in Bay City. Come on out today till 8 o'clock tonight, tomorrow 10 to 8, and Saturday hours are
10 to 5.
10 to 5. We will be back after these notes here on the Art Lewis
Campaign
Show.
season is
Hi, we're back with you at the Friends of the Bay County Library book sale here at the Bay Civic Arena. And we're chatting with the director of the library system, Kristen Wellnitz, for one more segment here. So, Kristen, the Friends of the Bay County Library, what do they do for the library?
Oh my goodness, they are wonderful. They have this book sale. They raise all the money that will then go towards items that's not in our regular budget. So they help pay for our newsletter that comes out for every 2 or 3 months. They help pay for the summer reading program bags. When you sign up for the summer reading program, they fund that. And then other items that the branches will ask for, such as like a comfort cabinet. Each branch has a comfort cabinet that has items that people can come in to take. So if they need personal hygiene items.
You're kidding.
Yeah, yep. So they fund that, as well as other projects like the tutoring kits that we had, or different newer collections that staff want to start.
They've been at this a long time.
They have, and then also they have an endowment where they bring in 2 authors a year. So the next author they're bringing in is in September. On Tuesday, September 15th, 7 p.m. at the State Theater here in Bay City is Ariel Lawhan, and she was the author of The Frozen River. So, and it's a free
Wow.
event because of their generosity, and yeah.
At the State Theater.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Yes.
Sounds interesting. All right. So, when is the millage on the ballot? November?
In November, yes.
And the millage is for how much?
1.7399.
Which is just a slight reduction
Mhm.
over what you're getting now.
Yes.
And it's a 6-year millage.
Yes, it is.
So what does it support?
It supports 86% of the funding for the library. So all of the materials, the programs, the services, the staff, the maintenance of the buildings. Without that funding, we would not be able to have all the branches open, all the staff that we have, the programs, the materials. It would devastate the library system if we did not have that funding.
Are libraries across the country strong? Is the library system a strong system?
Our library
Today.
system?
Not just here, but across the country.
Yes, people are very supportive of their libraries. Our community has been absolutely wonderful and very supportive, and you tend to see that in different communities throughout the U.S. That
I can remember in the early days of the internet, and as we began to depend more and more on screens, you would hear people say, "Oh, it's the death of the library." Well, guess what?
we're still here.
You're still here. You've adapted.
We have. That's
You've had to. You've
Right.
become as electronic as the very thing that everybody said would kill you. It's probably saved you.
yeah. And now with AI, we're adapting with that and
Oh, really?
trying to figure
Oh,
it
do
out.
tell.
We're just trying to understand it ourselves, and then when patrons come in and have questions, so that we are able to help answer those questions. So yeah, first it was the internet and computers, and now it's AI. So just trying to keep up with the times and
Good
adapt.
Good luck.
Yeah.
And in terms of what I can do at home, I can go through your entire catalog at home,
You sure can.
but your books aren't all digitized, right?
No, not all the books are digitized.
Yeah. Well, there's a job for you.
Yeah, there we go.
Talk to you in a few years, see how you've done. But you can look in the card files and find them all. Can you reserve them online?
You sure can. Yep, we have an app that you can download on your phone, or you can go to our website on your computer, and you can see all the books that are available. And if we don't have it, we can have it sent from another library system throughout the state.
Oh, really? Wow. So, again, because you have a millage, There's no cost to do any of this, is there?
No.
Just walk in, and you have to be a Bay County resident to get a card, right?
You don't have to, but
Really?
yes.
Oh, pray tell.
Well, I will. So we are part of the Valley Library Consortium, which is like the Saginaw Library is a part of that. So if you are a part of a library that's part of the Valley Library Consortium, we do not charge you to get a library card. You can get a library card, but you can't have access to all of our digital online materials. Those are just for Bay County residents and some of our special collections.
But if I have a Saginaw Library card, can I borrow a book, or do I have to get one of your cards to be able to borrow a book?
If you want to come into one of our buildings to check out a book, you'd have to have a Bay County card. But if you have a Saginaw card, you can go to one of your Saginaw locations to have one of our books sent to Saginaw.
Interesting.
Yep. But if you are not part of the Valley Library Consortium and you are outside of Bay County, then you do have to pay $50 for a card, and you don't get access to our.
If you're not part of the consortium.
Yeah. Yep.
But if I come in with my Saginaw card, can I also get a Bay County card?
You sure can. You just need to have something with your address on it to verify and fill out a quick form, and we can get you a card.
All right. Well, listen, thanks for spending the time with us this morning.
Yeah, thank you. It's been fun.
And all that stuff. Work awaits.
Yeah.
That's what I used to tell Trish all the time. Back to work.
Yep.
Kristen Wellnut, she is the director of the Bay County Library System. We are at the Friends of the Bay County Library book sale at the Bay Civic Arena. And we'll take a quick break and tell you what's coming up here on the Art Lewis Show.
What if every pedestrian...
All right, coming up next hour, we're going to talk to some folks from the Friends of the Bay County Library System about what they do. That follows ABC News and the local report with Michael Percha. It's all ahead. I'm Art Lewis, and we'll be back right after the news.
Broadcasting from the